Hello, dear listeners. You're welcome to the platform again today. And today's this session, we want to look at a particular text. And this is precisely one of the non-African prose works. Precisely, I'm talking about Wuthering Heights, written by Emily Bronte. So in this lesson today, we want to look at 3 to 4 things, and that is going to be the background of the author or authoress and the setting. When we say setting, we are going to look at 3 things. When it comes to physical setting of the text, social setting of the text, and psychological setting of the text. So let's get going and see what it is. Practical appreciation of the text. We are going to look at the background and physical setting in this particular lesson. Emily Bronte. She is an English poet and the author. She lived for 30 years between 1818 and 1848. Though she is the eldest of 3 sisters of herself, Charlotte and Anne. She was the second of the 4 children of Bronte's following um, Patrick Branwell Bronte, who lived between 1817 and 1848. Before Emily Bronte wrote The Wuthering Heights, she had, in 1846, with Charlotte and Anne, authored a collection of poems, namely Cora, Ellis, and Acton Bell. Those are the poems. And Emily Bronte later wrote The Wuthering Heights under her pseudonym renowned as Ellis Bell. Shortly before her death in year 1848. That is about the background of the author. Now to the setting, the physical setting of the prose texts. Physically, Emily Bronte set Wuthering Heights in an agrarian county called Wuthering Heights Parish in the year 1770s in England. When we say agrarian, we are talking about, let me say, the countryside of England. And that time, places were named according to the topographical marks prominent in an environment wherein a parish, that is the branch of the Church of England, was located. So, Wuthering Heights was a valley land moor, that is, land with grass and a shrub, surrounded by hilly elevations, that is, we have top areas, which occasioned windstorms, were rarely stoppable by the available bare tree plant breakers. That is, the trees that were planted then. They find it difficult to break the heavy wind blow. Equally, there were marshes created by defrosted snowfalls. That time too, the society was divided into rich land owners and the common men serfs that were given land to farm for occupation under the tenancy agreements. That is, I will own this land or hire this land for a particular period of time and will pay as well. In other words, farming, both arable ranking and food processing, were the main occupations of the people of that time. Transportation within and outside the parish was through horse riding and horse-drawn carriages. I believe we know that. Internal and external communications were done through letters. You know, that time. It's been a long time ago. And then people were living under severe temperate cold weather. So inbuilt fire hearths with constant coal-fire glow to provide means of warming was part of the then house structures. That is, when people build houses then, they create a kind of place where they can ignite fire through charcoal and some other things to get the house warmed. So the kitchen was the prominent place of relaxation before sleeping. Severe cold weather of the time predicated short life expectancy. That is, the cold weather of that time, it precedes life expectancy of people being short because we need averagely cold and hot weather to survive. Use of guns for security and shooting expedition was in vogue that time. Road network consisted of laterite paved county roads, and also in vogue was the servitude culture whereby the authorities of servant employing parents were as well assumed by the children, and also services of professionals as legal and medical practices were in vogue as well in case they have emergencies. This was why Dr. Kenneth was around traversing the whole of the neighboring parishes to Wuthering Heights for medical practice in case there will be anybody in need of his services. And Mr. Green was the attorney around that time at Wuthering Heights, and Edgar Linton as the magistrate. So it means that particular time they have at least some things to keep everything running around the hood. And at that time, trading in agricultural produce was in full practice because we have some people that lays out their land for farming, either arable or those for commercial purpose. So this is the physical setting of the prose text as written by Emily Bronte. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Also share this channel. We have many people out there who are in need of the analysis of the texts or drama works or poems as recommended by West African Body Examination Council. So spread this information and don't forget to enable your bell for notification on more uploads of videos to come. Yes, by the grace of God, we are going to cover all the drama works, all the prose works, and the poems that we have. Not only that, but we are going to be having literary concepts like setting, plot, characterization, and some others. So don't forget to subscribe. And with this, I'll be motivated to do more. Thank you very much for being there. Have a nice and lovely day ahead.